Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting a f***ing ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Ralph Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is January 4th, 2023.
Woohoo!
Better known as
Victory Wednesday.
Victory Wednesday. Man, what a week. I tell you, I was sweating that game so bad. But we did it.
We pulled it out.
We pulled it out and got the win, and we are division champs, baby.
Yeah.
Only the first time in Buccaneers history that we've gotten 2 division championships in a row.
Back to back.
Back to back. And we've gone to the playoffs 3 times in a row.
Yes.
First time that's happened since the Super Bowl era back in the early 2000s. So how about them apples?
Feels good.
It felt great, man. I tell you, that was a great game. It was just excellent. Buccaneers played fantastic. The Panthers played fantastic. It was an entertaining game. It's exactly what you want in football. That connection between Mike Evans and Tom Brady.
Beautiful.
They saved it for the perfect time, didn't they?
Like, finally. And it wasn't just one. I mean, there were bombs. Mike had 200 yards.
207 yards, 10 catches on 12 targets, I think. He should have had that one catch, but the first one that was kind of deep, but he was being held. His arm was. He couldn't get his other arm up. It ended up hitting him in the chest.
Okay, let's talk about that because, again, every time there's a pass interference call, it's 50-50, whether it can go to Mike or the other guy. I thought this one was 50-50. Could have gone to Mike or the other guy.
Yeah, he did push that guy.
Yeah. So the non-call, you're like, okay. It didn't get called, right?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
I wish that they would add those yardages to fantasy football because
I know.
Mike Evans would kill it.
Well, and like during the Super Bowl, remember when Michael Irvin was interviewing him after the Super Bowl? And he was like, Mike, you didn't really get a whole lot of catches. And he was like, but wait, I got some penalty yardage. You got to include that in there. So it does matter.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
It does make a difference. I'm sure there's somewhere that's got to keep stats on that. But
yeah.
I do not know where they're at.
He's one of the best in the league, for sure.
If not the best.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. After the game, Bowles was in the locker room, gave a little victory speech. The most animated I've ever seen him, the most emotional. He said, playoff bound.
Yeah.
I was all excited. It's funny because that's what I named my thumbnail on my instant reaction was playoff bound. And then after I did the video, I saw the post-game locker room video. I was like, yes, playoff bound, baby, playoff. Now, we all kind of expected it. You know, we were going to get the NFC South division, but this is a struggle, man. We have struggled this year.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. For being playoff bound, it's been a long road.
Very long. I don't know if I say I like it. It really hasn't been entertaining as much as it's been frustrating.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's how I would sum up this season so far, would be frustrating. But hey, if we continue like we did against the Panthers, I'll tell you what made a big difference was Vita Vea being back. He, for the first time just about all year, even when he was playing previously before he got hurt, we were getting serious push up the middle. I mean, we had pressure on Darnold quite a bit during this game, just from our front four. I mean, I know we run a 5-4 or a 5
3-4
3-4 defense, so you say front 5, but
yeah.
we mostly run rush 4. But you know, it made a huge difference. Anthony Nelson, in the last podcast, I talked crap about him.
Oh my gosh, I just feel like this has been the whole year too.
I know. As soon as we talk crap about somebody, they just go off to prove us wrong.
Okay.
But we talked crap about him, or I did, and you know, he just really hasn't done anything all year long. He was really instrumental in this game. Just about everybody had big plays, you know. But Anthony Nelson's strip sack fumble recovered by Devin White. Was it Devin White or Vita? think it was Devin. Anyhow.
Didn't Devin like shove Darnold down? Was that the same one?
I can't remember. It was with 2:32 left in the fourth quarter. They were attempting a comeback, and he did that. We ended up getting the ball close to their goal, and then Brady ended up scoring a touchdown. That to me was of all the plays in the game, that was the one that really, I think, cinched the deal, put us up by 2 scores. So, hats off to Anthony Nelson. I give him game ball, but there's a lot of game balls that could go around in this game.
I know.
You got Tom Brady played excellent. Mike Evans, good Lord. How can you not give him a game ball?
I know. And he got his 1,000 yards.
Yep.
So the 9th consecutive.
Yep.
And the only one to do it for every... Is he the only one to do it for every
year he's been in the league?
Every year he's been in the league. Jerry Rice has 11, but not consecutive.
Well, they are consecutive, but not every year he was in the league.
Okay.
Or that's it. The first year or so, he probably didn't get 1,000.
Okay.
I don't know. Haven't looked it up. But Mike Evans does hold the 1,000-yard record for ever since he came in the league. That's incredible. He's incredible.
I know. And he did it, we had talked about, within the 16 games.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
And he said after the game, he was talking to the media, and he said that Tom Brady told him beforehand, I said, I'm just going to keep feeding it to you. I'm just going to keep feeding it to you. And you just need to do that for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Just throw it to him. I don't care if he drops him, bounces off his face. If he trips, looks silly, I don't care. Just keep throwing it to him.
But it felt like we were doing a lot more vertical than we have been this year.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it had to do with it was successful early.
Yeah.
I mean, our first pass was to Mike Evans, and he got the penalty. But of course, their first pass was to DJ Moore, and they got a penalty on, I think it was Winfield, grabbed their for holding. So
I felt like they were picking on him.
Yeah, it did seem like they were. A lot of it was SMB, though. Like the first touchdown they got, I originally thought it was Winfield because he was right there with the receiver, but it was a cover 3. Winfield was in the middle of the field, and SMB was on the left side, and that was his zone that the guy went in. As SMB actually kind of got turned around. Well, it didn't get turned around. He just didn't react in time. So,
that's why you need the game film.
Yeah, game film.
Can't tell from the broadcast.
Yeah, it's a totally different game on game film. So I'm a little bit through the first quarter on that yet. So don't know if I'll be able to get to it because Molly's pregnant and she's supposed to have the baby yesterday. Was the due date?
It's due, yeah.
So we don't know.
They're never on time.
It can happen anytime.
Anytime now.
So if we disappear for a couple of days, that's probably why.
That's probably it.
I
did hold it in through the game, though, so you're welcome, Ralph.
Because she knew she'd be going having birth by herself.
Calling a taxi.
Yeah, I'd call an Uber for you, maybe. No, I'd be in the delivery watching the game.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
So it was a great game. Camarda with that crazy punt, that was amazing.
I know. He really saved us there.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Well, Keefe, too. He drew the penalty, so... I mean, the one penalty, you're like, oh, okay, let's take that one and re-kick it.
No, but it ended up being a great kick. Yeah. Remember, it was down in the 5. So that was just amazing. Amazing show of athleticism and quick thinking and all that good stuff. Because it was a bad snap by Triner. It was low. Hit the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. So, he did a great job. And, he's I think he kicked it with his left foot.
That's crazy.
He was running left.
I mean, it would have been disastrous if he didn't get that off.
I thought for sure.
I mean, if he just, fell on the ball, they would have gotten it, the 40 or the 35?
Yeah.
So.
And I think at that point, they were down by 6. So a touchdown, they would have gotten the lead.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge, and that's what I've been saying all year. People aren't making plays. It seems like everybody's waiting for everybody else to do something, and people aren't just stepping up. My man, it seemed like in this game, everybody stepped up.
Yeah.
Everybody. Godwin had the fumble in the first quarter, which, you're thinking, oh, no, here we go.
I know. Every time there's something bad that happens, you're just like, oh, no. And it's very reminiscent of the Jameis Winston era, where you're like, oh, my gosh, here's an interception. Like, it's all downhill from here. We don't recover well. So it was good to see that we had some resilience. Yeah,
they just kept fighting through it no matter what happened. It was great. Watching the game film, they're very physical too. They were Golston in 79, offensive lineman, offensive tackle. They started fighting immediately.
Oh my gosh, Golston was just an animal this whole game. And mostly it was like his celebrations, I could tell, where he was like pumped and like into it. Because after every play, he's like, he does this like crawling thing on the ground. And he was doing that quite a bit. So it was funny to see.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's been here. He's like Levante David. They've been here forever, it seems like. And just they're always there. They're always available. I mean, Golston never gets hurt.
Yeah.
They're just always there doing their jobs. And he's such a good run stuffer, run guy. He's very good. And we stopped the run. They didn't get any yardage on us.
I know. So they had 74 yards total rushing. That included 20 yards by Sam Darnold. And that was the question coming into this week, because they had this historic rushing day the prior week against Detroit. And so the question was whether the Bucs were going to be able to contain it, and they sure enough did.
Yeah, they did a great job. Of course, we didn't run that much either. We ended up with, 67 yards?
Right, but that's not even our bailiwick, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I'll take it.
I know 67 yards. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yes, I will take it. We had 25 rushing attempts. 3 of those were Tom Brady doing quarterback sneaks and stuff. So really just 23. But they only had 22, and 5 of those were Sam Darnold scrambling. So it wasn't a whole lot of rushing in this game. Todd Bowles said, we're going to stop their run and make Sam Darnold beat us in the air. And he did pretty decent.
I mean, that's the thing, too. Like, their receivers, their receiving core is not strong. And, people were talking about, oh, DJ Moore, he's their number 1. DJ Moore is the number 3 on any other team.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. So, their rushing attack, their passing attack, not great.
No.
And it was smart to, I think, have them put it in there. Although Sam Darnold did have 341 yards.
Yeah, they were just, both quarterbacks were just zipping it all over the field. And hats off to Carolina, man. I hate to say it. Not a big fan of the Panthers. They're my second worst team in the NFC South behind the Saints. But they played great football. They really did. They fought hard. And if they don't keep Sam Wilkes as their head coach, they're a bunch of idiots. Steve Wilkes. What did I say?
Really?
Sam? Yes, because, he took them from a 1-5 team to almost winning the division.
Yeah. That's true. You're right.
They came out there fighting hard. All right. I don't know if you heard that, but there was a loud bang. Scared the crap out of both of us. We had to run up and check everything. A big storm coming. We had all the windows in the house open. Crap was blowing all over the place.
Oh my gosh. Our porch chairs were in the neighbor's yard. It was just, So, a bit of excitement for us. We're both winded, windblown.
Yes.
Okay.
So, sorry about that.
And we have no idea where we were. It's been like 15 minutes of us scrambling around. What were you talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, so back to the Panthers game. I had talked about injuries beforehand. Apparently, Carlton Davis was about the only one that didn't play due to injury. Cameron Brate was a healthy scratch.
Really?
Yes. He's been such a non-factor this year. We've really been using Otten. Mm-hmm. Kyle Rudolph has been a little bit, but non-factor.
But they had him active over
Cameron Brate.
Cameron Brate.
Yeah. So.
I wonder if it's the injury issue. I mean, like, maybe they... Because I think Kyle Rudolph did get some snaps.
Yeah, he did
Not
get snaps.
many.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they just didn't want to play Bray at all.
Did he have lingering health issues or something?
Well, I mean, he's had the neck. He's had concussion. He's had all kinds of stuff.
He's got 33 touchdowns for us.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, he's actually ahead of Chris Godwin.
Oh.
By 1 touchdown. So.
Yeah, like Jameis favored him for a while. I thought they had a pretty good connection.
Yeah, he's actually third in team history for touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we've had him for a while. I mean, from the Cutter years. And during that time, it was him and O.J. Howard, who O.J. Howard was always injured. So Cameron Brate was the guy. So that does not surprise me. Yeah,
he's always been in due to other tight ends not being able to play. And he's always, come in and performed and everything. But that might be the end of his tenure as a Buccaneer. We'll see. We'll have to see. We got a lot of free agents coming out. Like Golston's a free agent.
Gosh. I don't even want to think about that right now.
Yeah.
It's depressing. Tom Brady is a free agent.
Devin White, right?
Did we sign him?
No. Don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be another podcast.
Yeah.
After the season's over, we got playoffs to look forward to.
Playoffs, baby.
Playoffs.
Okay, so as it stands right now, we have no idea who we're going to be playing. That won't be decided until after this weekend.
Right, like it could either be the Eagles or the Cowboys because they are fighting for that division. And the Eagles lost to the Saints this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much up in the air. The Saints gave Dallas some life as far as division titles go. Yeah. That was nice of them.
That was nice.
And then they got eliminated.
The banana peels, the Saints. What are they called? The angry banana peels or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we could play Dallas. We could play Philadelphia. I think those are really the only two options, right? I mean, the 49ers are winning their division.
Yeah.
Green Bay might get in, but we won't play them because they'll be a wild card. We're going to end up playing the top of the wild card.
Yeah, we'll play the 5th seed.
So it'll be either Philadelphia or Dallas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That sound about right? So which one would you rather have? Philadelphia or
Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. Philadelphia, I think we could beat, but I think Philadelphia, they get a chip on their shoulder from last year.
You don't think Dallas does?
I mean, yeah, but they don't scare me. Like, I don't know. Like, Philly's hot. I just think it's...
Are they? I mean, they've lost the last 2, right?
I don't know. I don't want to see them.
Okay.
And plus, we'd have to go there. It's a tough place to play.
Have to go to Philadelphia?
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah,
no, we get a home game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever we play, they come to our house. So, I'm in the air with it, to be honest with you. I think it's easier to beat a team 2 times than it is to beat them 3 times. And we beat Dallas twice in the past 2 years.
But regular season games, not playoffs.
Yeah, true enough.
It's just a different beast.
Yeah, and Philadelphia wants revenge for last year. Mm-hmm. We stomped them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. And they got Sue, right?
Oh, that's right. Oh
yeah.
So, yeah, good point.
I don't want to do that.
Don't want to do that. How's he been playing? I haven't even paid attention.
I haven't heard, but I mean, and to your point, like they did just lose to the Saints, so they're fallible. Might be beatable.
Yeah, I think it's part of your theory of thirds. They probably peaked in like week 10.
Yeah.
And they're on the way down. It seems like it happened every year to your theory. the teams that are really good at the beginning of the year usually fall off. I mean, look at the Giants.
Uh-huh.
I mean, good Lord, they were what, 6-1 at one point or something. They were up there. Who else?
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota
just got crashing. Stomped by Green Bay.
Yeah, I think they've lost last 3.
Yeah.
Who else? Tennessee.
Miami was hot.
Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee. They're a game down in the division.
They look like they didn't even want to win.
I know.
That was a weird game.
Who were they playing?
Good question. Don't remember.
They didn't care though.
Jacksonville.
Is that
right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Jacksonville.
Was it though? I don't know.
Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas. Ended up 27-13. Then you got teams like Jacksonville, who, they're on fire now. They're coming back.
Detroit.
Pittsburgh's been beating people. Yeah, look at Detroit. Good Lord. Yeah. They were counted out, halfway through the season. I think they've won one or lost one of the last 7 or something like that.
They're playing well.
Yeah. So, every year this happens, but it's good. It's good that, we had to go through all that suffering to our team to start clicking now. Uh-huh. This is the time to do it. I'd rather do it now than in week 2.
Exactly.
So, and plus we're getting healthy too at the right time. Offensive line, it seems like it's getting healthy. The secondary, besides Carlton Davis, they were all in.
Yeah. Vita back. He's still playing.
Hicks was playing. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like when Vita and Hicks are in, they're a pretty formidable force.
They're no Vita and Sue.
True enough.
But solid.
They'll do. Yeah. So I'm excited about who we're going to play. Dallas is would be a more difficult game for us. We're much better at the run than we are at passing teams, and they're a run and passing team. They've got some weapons. Philadelphia's mainly a run team, and they've got a pretty good defense. Although Dallas has got a pretty good defense. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're both. But to me, it's just the history with the Eagles, recent history, not even far back history.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to tempt fate.
Our defense played great against Carolina, and our offense obviously played great with that connection between Brady and Evans. But it wasn't just Brady and Evans. Godwin had, 9 catches on 9 targets. He didn't drop a ball.
Yeah.
He did have that fumble, but Brady was throwing it around, and everybody was getting a shot. We looked really good.
Yeah, Russell Gage, he had 3 targets and caught all 3 of them. So not a lot of drops. We had 2 drives that we drove like 80, 90 yards. We had one that was 90 yards, ended up with nothing, and another. Suckup had a bad day. Yeah.
He missed extra point, missed field goal. If that would have been on, then we would have scored much more points. But we broke 30. But my point is that if we can play this away going in, there's nobody that can beat us. If we go into the playoffs with our defense on fire like this and our offense on fire, there's nobody that can stop us.
Can you imagine if Carolina had come back and scored a touchdown? So then it would have been 31-30. And that's all anyone would be talking about was those missed 7 points.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, 2 field goals and then the extra point and 7 points.
Everybody would have been calling for Suckup's head.
Yeah.
It's weird how it happens like that. When you win, you don't call for anybody's head. But when you lose, you call for people's head. Even though it would have been justified if we would have lost for people to be mad at Suckup. But because we won, nobody even talking about it.
Nobody cares.
The same thing. And it's just weird how that happens. What's it called? It's the positive negative bias or something like that, where you focus more on the negative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and since we won, everybody's kind of moving on to the next game. You know, they're not mad and angry and calling for people's heads. And I think that Bowles pretty much kept his job too with this. He would have, I think if they would have lost and we didn't make the playoffs, I don't think he would have kept his job. I know you disagreed with me on that, but I just think, you know, the Glazers are a weird group, and you know they had high expectations for this year, and I think they would have, you know, been out on the look. But now I think they're going to kind of chill and relax, let Bowles do his thing, give him another year at least.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, I don't know. I think it's silly to fire a playoff-bound coach. That's just...
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at this point, that's for sure.
I mean, whether they look at the coordinator position, I mean, the offensive coordinator position, I don't know. I think that's going to... Yeah. Well, you know, and again, like I said, you know, everybody gives Leftwich a hard time about the offensive coordinator, you know, saying he's just not good, he doesn't adjust, not enough play action or pre-snap motion, whatever. All that stuff's fluff. You got to, I mean, they've definitely changed style. They changed style when we got Tom Brady. You know, they started mixing in more over the middle routes. And they changed styles this year with all the screen passes at the line of scrimmage, the short dumps, because Bowles wants, like we talked about, he wants a running team that will keep time of possession, which we did in this game. I think we were 7 minutes over the Panthers on time of possession. So, you know, Leftwich doesn't have free reign to just do what he wants. He has to work in confines of what the head coach wants. And, you know, I'm sure Brady's got quite a bit of input there too. Yeah.
So, you know, to dump on Leftwich all the time, not a big fan of it.
He's definitely the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Because you can't fault Brady. Like, it's hard to blame Brady.
No, you can't.
And then we know Todd Bowles is a defensive coach, so that leaves Leftwich holding the bag.
Yes. So, yes, it was 7 minutes. We had the ball 33 minutes and 10 seconds. They had the ball 26 minutes and 50 seconds. So, 7 minute difference there, which is huge. Mm-hmm. It didn't seem like we had the ball that much.
No.
But we had a lot of long drives, man. You know, they just couldn't stop us. It was great. Loved it. For the first half of the game, I was just a mess. I was just
sweating it.
I'm out. We were watching the game out in the garage. I'm out scrubbing the driveway. Just nervous energy.
He was just like fidgeting, and
I missed the first Mike Evans bomb.
Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing? Like, get back here! You're missing stuff."
I got 3,000 steps, over 3,000 steps pacing. You know, that's just, I was a nervous wreck. But then once we started connecting with Evans, it was just like glorious. I was just like, this is a great game now. You know, even when we were behind. And this reminds me, I get this feeling every now and then because I used to have it with the old 90s Buccaneer defense. When they went out on the field, that was our team. When the offense got out there, you're just like, man, we didn't expect anything from them. You know, it was going to be run, pass, 3 and out. You know, unless we got a first down, then it would just be the same thing: run, pass, 3 and out. But when our defense that's where the action was at. You know, and you felt so confident with that defense that you knew there was going to be a turnover. You know, we were going to get a pick six. You know, that was entertaining, you know, that defense. And that's how I felt in this game. So when that defense walked out on the field, I felt like, I kept saying it. I was like, they're going to get a turnover here. I could feel it. You know, they're just dominating. You know, and they were, Sam Darnold played a great game. I mean, he was really throwing some good passes, making good decisions and everything. And he was getting pressured a lot too. I mean, he'd get that ball out and he'd get hit right afterwards. But, I really felt confident with that defense, and I haven't had that a lot this year. Mm-hmm. So that's a great feeling, especially going into the playoffs, man. You're like, gosh, if this defense can get on point, there's nothing. I mean, you saw it in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. When the defense is on point, it just makes the game so much better.
Yeah. I mean, they won us the Super Bowl.
Yes, definitely. Against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. The next Michael Jordan. They could only put up 9 points against our defense.
We had him
a single touchdown.
We had him scrambling everywhere, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And Kelsey was laying on the field just distraught. Levante David was beating up on him all game. That was great. That was some great football. So, it was a great win. This week, we're playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have absolutely nothing to play for. They've benched their quarterback, who... Apparently,
they're like, he's quit.
Right, he quit on the team after he was benched. What's his name, Ritter? That's a new quarterback,
yeah,
Ritter?
I think so.
They said they were going to make him the starter, and apparently...
Mariota did not take too kindly.
Did not take too kindly for that. And I don't know if he packed up his locker or whatever. I don't know what the deal is, but they said that.
Wait, so he's not even in the facility?
I don't know. I just heard the same thing you did, that he's quit on the team. So, which is what we expected. We called that. We said that Matt Rule wasn't going to. You said he wasn't going to last the season. I said he probably would, but he's definitely going to get fired. And that's one of the things about the Panthers that I say they need to keep Wilkes is, I expected them to be top 3, top 5 draft picks.
That's a hard thing to come back from.
Oh, God, yeah.
When you shake up your coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
And so
get rid of your best players.
Yeah.
I mean, superstar player in McCaffrey.
Yes.
I mean, everybody thought they were dead for sure after they got rid of him.
And they had the quarterback carousel.
Yeah.
What a mess. The whole place was a mess. And for them to come out the way that they did, I agree. I think that warrants another season.
Right. But because I don't like the Panthers and the fact that they're in our division, I'm going to really push for them to fire Wilkes and hire somebody else. Yeah, we'll pick somebody that's really crappy.
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith, yeah.
Maybe he's looking for a job.
Well, we've got to play Atlanta next week. And I originally was of the mindset that we need to set our starters. And I think most Buccaneer fans feel that way because we've dealt with so much injury, not just this year, but last year too.
Well, I think it's a gamble because if someone does get injured in this last game, what's everybody going to say? Oh, this game was meaningless. They never should have been out here. It's Todd Bowles making a bad decision again.
Right.
But,
after I got to thinking about it and after listening to everybody in their press conferences, they were all asked that. They were all adamant. No, we are playing. Tom Brady was like, no, I'm not sitting. He's never been benched. He's never sat. The only time he's missed games was when he got hurt. He missed that season. And then with the suspension, with the deflate game. He had 4 games. What was that, 2006 or something? Anyhow, he's never missed a game, never not started a game. So he wants to play. And, he's never had a losing record. Mm-hmm. And if we win against Atlanta, it'll be 9-8?
Yeah.
So he wants that. That team wants that 9-8. They don't want to go into the playoffs 8-9.
Yeah.
There's only 3 teams that have ever gone into the playoffs with a losing record. We don't want to be one of them. We're on enough crappy lists.
I know.
The Buccaneer franchise is on enough crappy lists. We don't need to be on that one too. So let's go and let's try and win this one, man. I mean, there's been so many times we've seen where teams have rested their starters and then they go into the playoffs and just play like crap. Mm-hmm. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but like Todd Bowles says, you can get hurt on week 1. You can get hurt in week 17. If you're worried about getting hurt, you don't need to be playing football. And that's a good mentality to have.
I agree.
These guys need to stop thinking about getting hurt. And I like the fact that they're all wanting to play. I'd like to see Ryan Jensen get some snaps. That'd be nice.
I know.
But that's only if we get up by 21 points or something. Because, I mean, there's no way he's in football shape. You know? I mean, he's still in a brace, right? They had him.
I don't know. I don't know.
He was out practicing this week with a brace on his knee.
Okay.
So I want to see the Buccaneers go out there and try and win this game. And, you know, Atlanta, they don't have anything to play for.
Mm-mm.
You know, they can't play spoilers. They can't do anything. So they're just going to run the ball. You know, that's what they want to do. They're going to get Algier some looks. Probably some of the rookie running backs.
Their run game's pretty good. So,
yeah.
You know, I don't love that. If I'm honest. I want to see him throw it up in there. Let's see what this Ritter character can do.
Get us some interceptions.
Yeah. Pad our stats a little bit.
Yeah, credit to SMB. Got an interception against the Panthers. That was a nice one. There was... We really have not had a lot of interceptions this year.
No, at all. Which is so disappointing because that's what they talked about in the preseason. They said, we want 30 interceptions on the year. And they got like 3 and then quit. It felt like...
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, we were rocking.
Yeah, we were killing it. And then they just stopped. And then for weeks, we didn't even have one.
Yeah, long time. And look at Evans. He didn't have a touchdown since what, week 4?
Yeah.
Week 7? I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. But
we were just taking the middle of the season off. Taking a rest. We've been resting our starters since week 4.
Yeah, the 4D chess, man. We knew we were going to squeak in.
Yeah.
This worked out exactly how they planned it.
Totally, yeah. Right like they planned it.
So we're gonna go into the playoffs, and who knows what's going to happen in there. You know, it's a different beast totally. You know, Brady is a master at the playoffs. You know, that comeback last year against the Rams was a thing of beauty. If we would have won that game, it would have been the best game the Buccaneers have ever played. It would have beat the Philadelphia game in the NFC Championship of the year we went to the Super Bowl. Would have beat the NFC Championship in the Rams game that we lost. That was a great game. The Emmanuel Rule game. You know, but we just had a breakdown on that last play. You know, that was just a smorgasbord of miscommunication there, and it's how it is. You know, it wasn't Brady's fault. Brady gets in there, man. You know, I mean, we are just as likely to win the Super Bowl as anybody out there. You know, you got Kansas City, you got Buffalo, you got Cincinnati, you've got Philadelphia, you got Dallas, and the 49ers. Now, 49ers is a team I'm scared of.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't want to see them.
I do not want to play the 49ers. I mean, they legitimately whooped our butt. Is Baltimore making it? Do we know?
Yeah. I think that Cincinnati and Baltimore are fighting for division.
Yeah, so what are they going to do about that game for Monday night?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. It's like the whole NFL is like in this period of mourning. Yeah. The guy's not dead.
Right. Like yesterday, all day, the NFL was just quiet.
Yeah.
You know, there was not a lot of activity on social media and everything. It was very strange. So, but what are they going to do? Because, you know, the teams are going to be playing for seeding this week. And if that game has not been decided, you know, which, you know, they said they're not going to play it this week, so they're going to have to do a tie, is what I would imagine. I mean, what else can they do?
Yeah, I mean, you can't make those two teams play 2 games in 1 week.
Right.
I mean, I don't...
But, I mean, they have to decide before Sunday because teams are going to be playing for playoffs, and if they don't know what's going on with the Cincinnati Bills game, which has huge implications for everybody in the playoffs in the AFC, you know, it's going to be unfair for them to go in and then Goodell's going to decide after Sunday.
Right.
And that's just going to shake everything up in there.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's going to be like, you can't do that.
But then I think it hurts Cincinnati and Buffalo like the worst because, they're both still playing for something.
Right. Yes.
And so a tie is not good for either one of them.
No, that would pretty much give Kansas City the inside track there for the. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It's a mess. It's a mess. I don't want to get into all of it because, people. Anyhow, so we're hoping for, you say Dallas.
Yeah, I think of the two.
I think Philadelphia would be easier to beat.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you bring up a good point that they're kind of on the downward.
But Dallas is fun to play. But then again, guys, there's so much. Yes, either one would be good.
Dallas historically does not do well in the playoffs. I think in the last few years.
Last 20-something years.
Okay, good. Okay. Just making sure
Since Tony Romo days.
Yeah, like and Mike McCarthy, he's like, bleh.
Yeah.
Can't stand him. So I'm just, they don't scare me in the playoffs. Let's just say it right. That.
Well, they bring a huge audience.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they have the largest fan base in the NFL. So you're gonna get a lot of attention on that game.
It's Tom Brady, so
right, and it's going to be high, intense.
Yeah,
the whole nation's going to be.
I think the NFL wants that game.
Yeah. Philadelphia, but with Philadelphia, we've got our storied history of rivalry. Mm-hmm. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either way, I think Philadelphia would be the easier team to beat, but you bring up some good points because, they're young and up and coming and they're wanting to, really make their mark. Dallas is, they got a long history of screwing up in the playoffs, especially this group that they got.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a prove it. I mean, it's kind of a prove it year for them, I think, because you've got, Dak, all the kerfuffle about his contract and, him being a $50 million quarterback and all, all that drama that they had.
God, are they paying him $50 million a year?
I don't know, but that was all the, their contract stuff was just stupid. And it's, he's got to put up or shut up. Like, he's been injured for so often. They've never gotten anywhere in the playoffs under him. Zeke whines about his contract every season, holds out. Yeah. They pay him every year. He's never won them a playoff game.
Yeah.
So I just think it's, they got a lot to show.
Yeah.
They got a lot to prove. And, it's put up or shut up time.
Right. And they would have to come to our stadium, which is outside on natural grass. They're used to playing in their dome stadium on the turf, so slows them down playing on RJS. Good point. Yeah. Okay. I'll take Dallas. Let's root for Dallas to go. So in order for that to happen, we need Dallas to lose this week or Philadelphia to win, right?
Yeah.
In order for Dallas to get top seed, they need Philadelphia to lose and Dallas to win. Some crap like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I don't know. Let's go to the standings. Full standings.
Let's go to the standings, people.
Okay. So, Philly is 13-3. Dallas is 12-4. Yeah. So Dallas would need to win and Philly would need to lose.
Yes.
And so I guess then Dallas has the tiebreaker, or Philly has the tiebreaker.
Oh, I don't know. Who are they playing each other this week?
I know.
That would be hilarious. Let them beat each other up so we get a crippled. They are.
Oh, the Giants. They play the Giants.
Oh, they're playing the Giants.
Yeah.
So that means Dallas is playing the Redskins?
Yeah.
Or the Commies?
The Commies. Did you see that stupid pig mascot they unveiled?
No.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's bad. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway. Yeah. So.
Man, there's a lot of teams that are 8-8. And you got the Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions. They're all 8-8. And they need the Giants, who are 9-6 and 1, to lose for them to get into the playoffs.
No, but the Giants have it. The Giants have a spot.
Yeah, because they would have 7. Yeah. So can they get in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's
Detroit.
7 teams now. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
At least to 6.
So Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay, they're all 8-8.
Detroit. See?
Yeah.
God, they were horrible at the beginning of the year.
So they're not eliminated yet, but I wonder. So is that last spot?
Yeah. 3 of them fighting for that last spot.
Okay, so Dallas, they've got a spot, and the Giants have a spot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the 3rd spot is still up in the air.
Yes.
Ooh, that would be a fun one.
Minnesota Vikings are the best team in the league by far. They shouldn't. I mean, really, all they got is Jeffries.
Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson. And that tight end, he's pretty good. But, I mean, their defense is horrible. And, they've been losing games left and right, but they won so many at the beginning of the year.
What was their point differential? It was like -3.
It's -19 now. Yeah, like 5 weeks ago, it was like -3.
Oh my gosh.
They are not a very good team.
They're 12-4.
12-4.
With a point differential of -19.
It's almost like they played the Chicago Bears 6 times. So
look, ours is -32.
Wow, NFC South, every single team has a negative point differential.
New Orleans is the best.
At -12.
-12.
That's hilarious. Then again, there's no division that has all positive point differentials. That doesn't math. The math there doesn't seem to stack up, does it?
Like, how does that work?
San Francisco's got a plus 148 point differential. What?
Look at Dallas is
plus 145. Wow. Kansas City is only plus 109.
But I think Dallas, didn't they have some 50-point games?
Yes.
So that'll do it.
That'll do it. Buffalo Bills are the best in the league with a plus 157.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. 49ers and Bills in the Super Bowl? Just based on point differentials?
I know.
Goodness.
That's what you would think.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't want to back into the playoffs with a losing record. So, yes, play the starters this week. We've made it this far with injuries to everybody. Pretty much everybody, except a couple key people that we don't want to mention because we don't want to bring the negativity into the universe. So, let's get that, and let's 9-8 going into the playoffs. Sound good?
I love it.
I mean, Jacksonville's going to go in at 9-8.
That's crazy.
Or Tennessee. Either Tennessee's going to go in at 8-9, or Jacksonville's going to go in at 9-8. The Patriots still have a chance. The Dolphins still have a chance. Steelers still have a chance. Tennessee's got a chance. Wow. So.
I love this time of year.
This is the best.
I know.
Playoffs are the best.
Yeah.
One and done. Every game means something.
Yeah. Well, I like this time of year. It's so competitive trying to get those last few spots, Yeah.
You're
like, who's going to get it?
Yeah.
Who wants it more?
All right. You got all the different variables. And that was what made this Panthers game so great, is you felt like both these teams wanted it bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. That was the question coming into it. Like, how much did the Bucs want it?
Right. And it's a testament to the coaches because, the players wanted to win. Mm-hmm. And that's a testament to the coaches. Whether they wanted to keep the coaches or whatever, mm-hmm. they were playing to win, and you got to give coaches credit for that. We've been kind of not talking, giving Bowles a lot of crap this year for the way the team has performed, but you got to give him credit too when it counts.
I agree.
They went out there and played, man. They were playing tough, physical, smart, hard football. And it was a chess match.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were just banging each other in the heads. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that going on too, but it was also very strategic. Strategery.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. All right. So we got the playoffs coming up. Hopefully it'll be between Dallas or Philadelphia. Me and Molly are both rooting that Dallas. We get to play Dallas. We got to win against the Atlanta Falcons this week. It's not vital. It has nothing to do with the playoffs, but it'll just keep our team from being kind of the redheaded stepchildren. We won't be backing into the playoffs with a losing record, and it'll keep Tom Brady's streak alive. And it'll keep us away from that cesspool of bad records.
I want to hear from our listeners whether they want Dallas or Philadelphia.
Yeah. What do y'all think? You think Dallas or Philadelphia? And do you think we should sit our starters?
Yeah.
I've laid out the case. I think that we should play the starters, at least until we get a very comfortable lead or we see that Atlanta's going to let us have the game. Well, that happens because they're fighting for.
They might sit all their starters.
Yes, they're fighting for draft spots right now. I'm not sure exactly where their draft pick is at, but it's up there. They're sitting at 6 and 10, so yeah, they're probably somewhere around 10th.
Yeah, something
like that. Don't know if they've got drafts picks from previous trades or whatever, but they're going to want to get a high draft pick. Mm-hmm. So, they don't have anything to play for. They might just let us know, hey, we'll give you all that game, give you this game. You don't have to play your starters or whatever. We'll have our guys go out there, play a couple series. That'll be fine with me. Yeah. Just I want to win this game because I don't want Brady to have a losing record for the first time in his career. I don't want us to be a part of that cabal of bad record playoff teams. So anyhow, let us know. Who do you want? You want Dallas or you want Philadelphia? And should we play to win this week? All right. You got anything else?
That's it.
Okie dokie, guys, man. Here we go. One more week. And probably next time you hear from us, we'll have a baby.
Hopefully.
We'll try to get another podcast in if we can't, if we don't have a baby. So
yeah.
All right. Till next time.
Go Bucs.